Hey yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? This is Lamech here on selahsportsTV. Um, Not gonna quite call this a response, air quotes. Not gonna call this a response video, right? Not quite a response video, but I am gonna make a couple statements. The most revolutionary thing that you can do is raise your kids right and set them on a path and increase their trajectory, right? Make their trajectory much greater than yours is. Set them on a path where they don't have to unlearn a bunch of shit, right? You just giving them nothing, everything that they need, right? And along the way, you're giving them some of the stuff that they want, right? You setting your kids up on a path where they don't have to struggle financially. They don't have to struggle socially. That's the most revolutionary thing you can do. You see that? Your house, your kids. So before you start talking to anybody else's kids and trying to do this with their kids, the most your priority should be on your own kids and setting them up, right? So a little bit about me. Anything you hear me come on here and say, you best believe I'm putting it in my kids, right? You're not gonna hear me talking about. I know the other day I did a little coding thing with my kids. You know, they was just playing around coding because they like video games and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they like coding. So I just posted a little video of them fucking around with the game. You know. But my point is, anything that I'm talking about on here, you best believe my kid's gonna be on that shit. Like, you're not gonna see me talking about coding, but then my daughter wants to be a beauty. She wants to open a beauty salon. Then I would just be talking about that, because that would be real. Like, all right, my point is, if you can't even inspire your own kids to do it, maybe you shouldn't be talking about it, right? Maybe you should leave that to the person that can, like, it's your kids. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with a beauty salon, barbershop, none of that shit. None of that shit. But, like, I think you know what I'm saying. I'm going to leave that there, right? Here's another point. We can't form up like Voltron if everybody trying to do the same shit. If we all trying to do the same, like, the same type of coding, the same type of this, the same type of that. That shit is weak. That shit is bullshit. It doesn't work. And, like, what the fuck are we talking about? So, if we got some kids over here that want to make games, they want to code up games, guess what they can do? They can code some fucking games. And guess what else? They can make hundreds of millions of dollars doing it, regardless of anything you got to say or anybody else. Like, yeah, this shit is about wealth building. It is. Like, that's helping people. Like, if somebody creates an app and make millions and millions of dollars from it and can improve their lifestyle, improve the life of their family, what's this bad thing? What's bad about it? I'm starting to detect some things, and I don't really necessarily. That's why I'm just speaking on it, because I know I'm a lot older than a lot of y'all. I'm older than a lot of y'all. You know what I mean? Now, your boy's in great shape and all that, so I get it why you might think, but no. Like, I'm older than a lot of y'all. So I've seen more than a lot of y'all. I know more than a lot of y'all. I don't know everything. But here's the thing about me. If I don't know about some shit, you ain't gonna find me talking about it. You won't find me talking about nothing that I don't know about. Because, and I've always been like that. Like, for a long time, I stayed away from talking about finance. It made me uncomfortable because I didn't know enough about it, right? I didn't know about it, so I felt like, damn, if I start talking about this, I'm gonna sound like a fucking idiot, just like a lot of y'all. Well, when I see brothers going on here and speaking down on Bitcoin, talking down about it, like, that shows me that you just don't know enough about it. Like, but instead of you saying, you know what, let me just go do some homework on this. Instead of you doing that, you coming from that nigga place. I've done it. You coming from that nigga place, I don't know about it. I'm uncomfortable, so I'm just gonna talk bad about it. Bullshit. You explained to me. Now, you saw, I don't know, maybe you didn't. Maybe y'all don't keep up with this shit. Jack Dorsey, the owner of Twitter, CEO, whatever the fuck his title is, he came out. Don't listen to me. I know y'all like to hear things from certain types of people. Don't listen to me. Jack Dorsey came out and said we're headed towards hyperinflation. Not inflation, hyperinflation. Jack Dorsey said that. And he said it's going to change everything. Okay? So you, genius, tell me how you going to protect your money through a hyperinflation. I'm sure you're fine. I'm sure you got this here and that there. Look, tell me how your finance ain't going to take a hit. Tell me that. Without cryptocurrency. So you don't know. You don't know what the purpose is. It's people out here who are smarter than you. Who know, who are ahead of the game. Cryptocurrency, and this isn't financial advice. Don't do nothing that I say. I'm doing it. This is for me, right? This is not financial advice at all. I'm not a financial advisor. But I'm going to say this. Cryptocurrency is unregulated. Okay? Joe Biden is about to tax the hell out of you and your dollars. He's about to tax all your dollars. He's about to tax the shit out of you. And I'm breaking this down into them. I'm trying, like, as I'm saying this, I'm trying to break this down in the most simplest term. He's about to tax, he's about to take a lot of your money. Can he touch your Bitcoin? No. You see that? Will he know about your Bitcoin? No. And I'm saying Bitcoin, but really it's any cryptocurrency. These things are wealth protectors, wealth builders. So I don't understand a guy with a huge channel getting on YouTube to talk down about Bitcoin. Like, your time could be better used elsewhere. Even if your time could be better used learning about Bitcoin. We can start there. Because that's a huge area of opportunity. Huge. Like, I'm noticing that, like, here on YouTube, I'm new to this. I'm new. And I know a lot of people like, damn, where's the sports, dude? But, like, you got to read my description, man. Like, we talk about sports, culture, business. We talk about all that shit. And I'm not going to be pigeonholed in no specific one lane. But here on YouTube, it's like, speaking out of ignorance seems to be big business. I get it. It's like, shock statement here, shock statement there. But the truth, does the truth shock you everywhere it goes? No, sometimes the truth is just quiet and it just is what it is. Sometimes the truth will shock you. But everything don't have to be some shock, some grandiose fucking statement. It really don't. Like, I want us to know more about these things we speak about so cavalierly. What the fuck? Like, do you understand that if you had invested $1,000 in Bitcoin 10 years ago, how much money you would have today? Talk about that. Like, I'm kicking myself because I knew about the shit back then. But I was like you, right? Like, nah, the time for that shit is over with. Okay? The time for that is over. It's time for us to know and be on an even playing field with everybody else. Because we got the capability. We can do it. We're doing it. We all ain't gonna do the same thing. Some kids is gonna code video games. Some kids are gonna code shit for hospitals. Some kids are gonna do coding for the government. Some kids gonna come up with coding. They're gonna have their own coding companies. Like, it's all progress. It's all good. Like, all that downplaying other people's shit. Fuck that. That's some lame energy right there. Like, Voltron wasn't a bunch of, it wasn't just red line here, red line there, red line. No. All them dudes they all had different capabilities, gifts, and they brought it to the table. Not for nothing, but to win. Do you understand what happens in inflation? Do you know what inflation is? Why are you talking? Do you know what inflation is? Like, when the prices for all these things go up, but you still getting the same amount. You still getting the same bottle of Pepsi if you drink that shit. I ain't had a soda in 20 plus years. But you still getting the same bottle of Pepsi, but now it's like 50 cents more. Right? The other day I bought a big jar of protein, right? Big jar of protein. And you know, when I opened that motherfucker up, it was like, the jar was this big, bro. But it had about this much product in it. Way at the bottom of the jar. They could have gave me a bottle this big, for real. That's inflation. But Jack Dorsey said we headed to hyperinflation. So I'm going to just leave you with that. I know all you geniuses and know-it-alls, like, hey, you guys got it. But I just wanted to put that out there. Peace.